So there's been some recent news that PS5 owners have actually been experiencing some data loss or not being able to access data as a result of putting their system in rest mode. Today, I'm not going to investigate that specific issue, although in short, I do think that Sony will fix that through an update, but it did give me an idea about the subject of today's video. In today's video, I want to unravel the overarching question of, is it actually safe to leave your PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 in rest mode? First, I want to share with you exactly what rest mode is and how it can benefit your system. And then I want to share with you some tips on how you can prevent your console from experiencing any issues as a result of rest mode. As always, if you enjoy any part of this video or find it helpful, please be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so that you can always stay up to date on my latest PlayStation videos just like these. Let's get right into it. So first, what is rest mode? Say you're about to power off your console by holding the PlayStation button in the middle of your controller and you go down to where it says power. Instead of turning off your PS4, you can actually do what's called rest mode. And what rest mode does is it allows you to continually update any games and software that's pending. You can actually leave games running in the background so that you don't have to actually boot them up from start, like if you actually powered down the console. And you can charge accessories like your DualShock or DualSense controller. These are all really cool features that I love about rest mode. So I did a deeper dive into forums and websites, and I discovered a few patterns as to the safeties and potential issues of rest mode. First of all, most people have never had an issue with rest mode. By leaving rest mode on every single time instead of turning off your PlayStation console, most people have not had an issue, even though what the console's actually doing is it's still on, albeit in a low power mode. But there's a couple things that you should watch out for if you plan on always leaving your PlayStation on rest mode. The first one is you should be concerned about power failures. Now, power failures, like any electronic device, can really hamper its performance because if there's ever a shock to the system, it can compromise things such as your data or any process that it was in, and it can cause potential issues and glitches down the road. Or in the worst case, it could lead to you having to repair your system because it simply will not turn back on. The second point is similar to the first in that it's dealing with power loss to the system, but it's actually if somebody were to accidentally unplug your console while it's in rest mode. When you enter rest mode, Sony will actually say, please do not unplug your system while it is in rest mode. And that is because if it's in the middle of a process like a system update, a game update, if it's still running a game that's in the process, then it could actually compromise some of that data, or it could actually mess with the power supply unit and lead to some detrimental issues like the system just not even being able to turn on at all. So I want to share with you some quick tips on how you can have some peace of mind and prevent your console from experiencing any of these issues as a result of rest mode. The first one is if the place that your PlayStation 4 or PS5 is plugged into is prone to a lot of power failures, you may want to purchase what's called a battery backup system. What a battery backup system does, if there were to be, say, a power failure and there's a complete loss of power to your PlayStation, it will still continue to power the system for somewhat amount of time, giving you the chance to come back and turn the system off from rest mode before any potential issues could happen to it. I'll leave a couple links in the description below so you can check out these things that help you prevent issues for your PlayStation. But as nice as the battery backup system is, you still need to be mindful if you're going to be away from your PlayStation for longer than a day or two, as the battery backup system will probably not be able to power it much longer than that. Say in the event that the power failure your setup experiences is for a long period of time. Now, the second and slightly more concerning issue about leaving your PlayStation on rest mode is actually power surges. Although I believe this might not be as much of an issue with the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 4 has a power supply unit that is quite sensitive. What you might want to do is to purchase what's called a surge protector, and that's actually what I use right now to plug in my PlayStation and my TV for peace of mind and to make sure that if there ever was a power failure or a surge in the power grid, it won't end up going straight from the plug through the power cable and into the PlayStation itself. Rather, it's the surge protector that takes the brunt of the force. So the nice thing about that is if that were ever to happen, the surge protector would fail before the PlayStation or my TV would, which is really cool. I want to bring back the point about if you think you're going to be away from your PlayStation for an extended period of time. What I do with my system is I will actually turn it all the way off. If I know I'm going to be away from the system for a long period of time, it's the most certain way that the PlayStation will not experience a surge in power in the event that the surge protector might have actually failed already. But if I'm nearby the PlayStation for less than a day or so, I will actually leave it on rest mode, because there are a lot of game updates and software updates, like in Call of Duty, where you don't really know if the update's going to come out right away or not. And sometimes they do announce it, but sometimes they don't. And the same goes for the system software. So I do like to leave the system in rest mode as opposed to actually powering it off, so that when I'm away from the system, it'll update it while I'm sleeping. Is your PlayStation running warmer than it normally is? I made a video right here that talks about the best ways to keep your PlayStation running cool. So be sure to check out those tips. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so that you can watch more helpful PlayStation videos just like these. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.